Now I would request Mr. Sandeep Panda, founder InstaSafe, to join the fireside chat session. Mr. Sandeep is the co-founder and CEO of InstaSafe Technologies, a zero trust security solutions provider based out of Fremont, USA and Bangalore, India. With over 15 years of experience in the domain of cybersecurity and having worked with leading organizations like Symantec and Blue Coat, Mr. Panda has been associated with Cloud Security Alliance CCICI and is a leading industry speaker in various security platforms. Sandeep leads the India chapter of Cloud Security Alliance and is the frequent speaker at worldwide cybersecurity industry forums.
So, uh, Prasad, thank you really so much for an very interesting, demo. I'm sure, our audience here today, leading CISOs and security and risk management professionals, have got an opportunity to understand that what are the key vulnerabilities with existing VPNs and how they could be exploited with readily available, scripts and tools that are available freely on the internet, right? So this indeed is kind of quite scary and been an eye opener for me. But having said that, I would like to kind of have a few summary questions that could kind of help the audience and CISOs to understand how they could, take a few key takeaways from this and kind of implement and practice in their own organizations, right? So my first question is: you spoke about known vulnerabilities, right? Yes, known vulnerabilities are there. They were always there. They will continue to be there. But why don't you give me some very clear directions about how can security and risk management professionals and CISOs do about it? I mean, what to do next?
Thanks, Sandeep. So it is a journey, right? No company can overnight become highly secured. And today's world, most of the companies are using VPNs and firewalls to protect their perimeter of the infrastructure. So I would say this is the time to move on from the VPN to zero trust, because VPN technology has evolved over that time, and zero trust makes sure that these infrastructures and elements of it, like devices, applications, are completely hidden, or these services, so areas of attack is being reduced when it comes to hacking a organization. So it is a journey. I totally agree. It is not an easy game. Sometimes companies take 10 months to a year. We have to mature. We have to ensure that all our applications and infrastructure pieces are protected. Zero trust is the way to go, is what I would say.
Oh, interesting. Thank you so much. And then my next question would be: you also spoke about the need for patching, right? When VPNs have known vulnerabilities, you have spoken about need for patching regularly, doing VPN audits and things like that. But for a practitioner or an emerging CISO or a practitioner, what do we do? I mean, how do we kind of balance this or schedule this whole arrangement so that we know that we are in the right track?
Yeah, I mean, as the technologies evolve, both the sides of the cat and mouse game, the technology evolved to protect the organization. The same way hackers also have access to technology, AI, ML, everything. They also have sometimes even good funding. These are communities at times, and they have business plans and targets to meet. At this point of time, it is very important for as an organization to ensure all the endpoints are patched and are onto the par with what each of the OEMs are suggesting. And we also should have the granular level policy control to ensure that each and every user is able to access what they're able to, they should be accessing seamlessly. And it should be a least privilege or least access for every end user that should be given, right? And one more point here is, today, most of the VPNs or the infrastructures are structured such a way that once the user is inside, he can pretty much reach anywhere, including the printers, including the servers to build servers. We know what happened in SolarWinds recently. The build server was hacked in, right? So it is very important to segment the infrastructure, and at every level, we should ensure that there is a barrier. Even if a pieces of infrastructure get hacked, it should be limited there and it should not spread out. Yeah, it's all about patching. It's all about keeping on par with what is the latest technology.
I
Thank you, sir.
understand. This coming from a professional hacker like you, who has been on the other side, I understand the hacker business plans. But yes, I think periodic patching is the only way to deal with it, right? I would go to my last and next question, right? I know you've been an ethical hacker and you've been a hacker, once a hacker or forever a hacker, right? But having said that, I will come to my last question. So Gartner and leading analysts in the last 1 year and since about last 2-3 years have been talking about zero trust network access as a category that has been kind of the next generation or the evolution of VPN technology, right?
Yeah.
Now we all also understand that a zero trust is a journey because it is not just any switch and replace technology. It is about understanding the inner postures, inner compliances, inner identity mapping, inner policy mapping, and not just internal but also mapping the supply chain, right? So what are those 2 or 3 key takeaways that you would like to recommend to the audience, the CISOs and security and risk management professional community here in this audience? That where should they start? What are those key areas or final takeaways from this presentation that they should kind of go ahead and implement?
So this is going to stay like the work from home BYOD, and the way of working today that we are all approaching is going to stay. So it is important for every organization to ensure every employee, every user is able to seamlessly access, at the same time securely access, and there is no exclusion or there's no other external entries coming into the infrastructure. So it is like I mentioned earlier, it is a journey. We have to identify the steps towards it. It could be like the company have already invested a good amount of money into the existing tools, means they have to really look into what should be the next step in which we can move towards a zero trust infrastructure. It could be they may can start with a partner network, or they may can start with a vendor infrastructure where they can start enforcing more secure policies and zero trust kind of technologies, and that way step by step we can evolve into a much stable infrastructure and ensure the access has been taken care, right? So it is a overall picture. We have to take care of applications, we have to take care of devices, we have to take care of the whole perimeter. Like always, we should have the maximum strength of the perimeter, because that is a entry point for infrastructure. That is why I was always behind zero trust and promoting that technology always.
Yeah, Prasad. So what you just now said, if I have to summarize that, yes, zero trust is a journey. If you have existing investments already done in VPN, then you should definitely look at your extranet, your supply chain partners, right? Zero trust could be an initiation from your extranets and extended workforce, so contractors, supply chain, dealers, distributor networks. And if you're looking for existing VPN renewals or upgrade chances, then you should definitely explore in zero trust, is what I understand as key takeaways. Right.
Yes.
Prasad, I think a very interesting session. Really appreciate. Thank you so much for sharing your coordinates to the esteemed audience. I would say, feel free to reach out for your VPN effectiveness or understanding how you could, transition or explore or initiate your zero trust journey. And Prasad, really appreciate for your time. Thank you so much and all the best.
Thank you, Sandeep. And I would like to receive feedbacks from each of you. And at the same time, if you need any suggestions or comments about your audit reports or any other security aspects, feel free to reach out to me. My email is there on the screen, and my mobile number is also shared. Looking forward to meet you over e-meet or directly meet you or anywhere, any other places. Thank you.
Thank you, Prasad. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Prasad T and Mr. Sandeep Panda, for sharing valuable inputs related to the virtual private networks. Hope we are able to make you understand what a VPN can and cannot do to secure your privacy online.